What's up, everybody?
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to Time Freedom Daily. This is where you get your daily dose of knowledge that'll help you move along this journey to attaining some time freedom. And that's what we're here for. So, Chris, how you doing today?
I'm great. I didn't have the weekend you had. How was Mexico?
Wow, it was a birthday to remember. Beautiful place we stayed at. We're going to be sharing a video from the rooftop deck. Beautiful estate with 5 bedrooms, pool right on the ocean. We had golf carts to go around the island. We were on Isla Mujeres, right off the coast of Cancun, and just lived our best life, man. We were eating tacos and drinking margaritas, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of amazing conversations. We listened to some music and just had a good time. It was an amazing time to share with some friends and some family.
Man, it looked like it. I love that video, and yeah, I'm just editing that, and we'll post that up. That looked amazing. You guys look like you had great weather.
Oh, it was gorgeous. We had a little bit of rain the first day, just getting out of the airport, and after that, it was clear skies, and it actually got nicer each and every day. We've been to that area of Mexico a couple times over the last 3 or 4 years, and we've been dodging tropical storms and hurricanes, and it's always been rough. And man, when you see that ocean and it's super flat, the water just pops. It was amazing.
I love it, and from South Florida where we live, I mean it's a short flight, and
Yeah.
it is. It's amazing, and
And
last time
you
I
get
was
the
there,
hour. You got the hour difference too, so like you take off and you land. It's almost the same time as you left. It's pretty
yeah,
cool.
you're right. And the people, like my dealing with the people, they were just so happy and grateful just to have us there, like as
Yeah,
guests. It was always awesome. I love it there.
I do. It's definitely bang for the buck too. You can't get more value than that. So it's
No, for
almost cheaper
sure.
than traveling to Disney World here. You know.
You're right. It is. Well, we're gonna we missed yesterday, which was it's our Motivation Monday segment, and today's Tuesdays. We usually cover the crypto market, so we're gonna do a little bit of both today, and just kind of talk about kind of what we do here. So, do you want to take us through the crypto market, John? You want me to
Sure,
bring it
sure,
up?
absolutely. Go ahead and bring that up.
Let me bring up full screen here. There we go.
Yeah. So right now the crypto market is let's just call it trading a little bit sideways. Up and down, which is fine. It's kind of an area of accumulation where you're not getting the huge jumps up, huge jumps down. So it's a point of stability right now where things are getting ready to jump off. We had talked about this previously that the next few months are going to be very exciting in the crypto
Hmm.
market. We've got a lot of things that are happening. Talks of exchange traded funds and some other important news, adoption news everywhere, countries, institutions. A lot of exciting things where we're starting to cut through the uncertainty in the crypto market. You're still going to get a lot of people that are unsure of what's happening, what it is because of lack of education. We're going to try to
Hmm.
kind of fill those gaps with the education, but right now the crypto market is holding very steady, completely at $2.3 trillion,
Hmm.
right around there, and it's been right around there for the last week or two. Volume is down a little bit, but still over 100 billion, which is great. And so we're doing what we thought it was going to be doing. So we're not really concerned. We're not afraid. We just know what's happening. So we're just waiting for that jump off. And I think we're as you put it, we're kind of coiled up. We're
Yep.
ready to just have that jump off. What do you think about that, Chris?
I agree, and I know we're going to talk about this in a minute, but I'm not. I got in late, so I was not. I didn't grow up. I'll say it that way. I didn't grow up on Bitcoin like a lot of people that have been in the market for 6, 7, 8 years. They kind of grew up on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was the king, and Bitcoin's still the king. Still drives the market, but I kind of came in late. I have fresh eyes and a different take on this than some people, and I like a lot of the altcoins that have different usability, and so yeah, looking at kind of what's going on now, it's a very exciting time, and I heard an analogy the other day talking about it's coming to the end of the year, and the last couple months of the year is always good. Getting out of the summer months, people are back to what they do, and you're going back into the business cycle anyways. And they equated what's about to happen or what's kind of going on to a rocket. When you watch a rocket launch, the rocket starts off very slowly. It's just kind of creeping up there, and then it starts picking up speed and picking up speed and picking up speed, and it ends up at 10,000 miles an hour or however fast they go. But it's kind of what we're seeing right now.
Absolutely. I just want to add to what you just said about being late. I just want to clear up with a lot of people that are thinking that same thing. You're not late in the terms that you've missed it, right? Mm-hmm. You're just late to when it actually started. And we are still early. We are still in the very early, we're still early, just like we were in the first few years of the internet, where, mm-hmm. We're still going to grab those huge gains, because as more and more people join the network, get their wallets, they make their first purchase, they maybe make another purchase in altcoins, as the usability, and you can search this up. It's called Metcalfe's Law, and one of the main investors that I follow, and I know you've listened to him too, Raul Ponce, he talks mm-hmm. about this as a macro investor of Metcalfe's Laws, and it really talks about the usability, right? How many people are in this network and are using it? And right now, it's growing exponentially. It's kind of like how Facebook's users grew. They had a certain amount of users, and it became 1 million and 1 billion, and that speed happened much quicker because of that word of mouth and the usability and the adoption that we're seeing. So as we start seeing it being more commonplace to become adopted and used, we're going to see that exponential growth, because people are going to be more and more less worried about it and mm-hmm. having those negative connotations. So, we're late when we're talking about, do we get in 2012 when Bitcoin, or 2011 when Bitcoin first started? No, we didn't. And I didn't either. But I don't think that I'm late, because I know where it's going. I can see, definitely in my lifetime, if not in the next 10 years, somewhere close to $1 million Bitcoin, just because of the supply and demand and how much people want it as a store of value. And again, as you said, it is driving the market. Will certain altcoins break away from time to time? They probably will at certain times. Some may go away completely. Some may, thrive and flourish. But Bitcoin, for me, I think it's almost like a bank, where it's too big to fail. It's not going to fail. It's not ever going to go to zero. So, I just want to kind of just dispel the myths of what's going on out there. And for those that are, thinking about it, I'm going to say this to the day that I die. It would be irresponsible for you not to have some Bitcoin in your investment portfolio for you or for your future generations, because of that known fact. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, you're absolutely right. And to take you guys on a little bit of a journey, I've been an investor in stocks for 30 years. Since my late teens, I would, I keep my ear to the street, hear about stuff. I never really got into the science behind it. I wasn't a chart guy. I would just hear, you hear that tip. And then when I was in the car business, everybody's giving you a tip. Here, do this. This is going to go. And some of them are winners, some of them are losers. And you like we were talking about the other day, you take those losses as learning experience. Those losses, you're gonna cry a boo-hoo. You lost $1,000. It's a learning experience, and that's the cost of education.
For sure.
So on the other side of education, I voluntarily spend money to get better at stuff.
Yeah.
I voluntarily spend money to get better at reading charts and understanding crypto and when you want to get good at something, you got to dive into it and really spend the time and sharpen your own tools. I think both John and I agree one of the best investments you can make is in yourself. So
Amen.
Start there, and then you'll start to pick this up. But John had a good idea, and I'll ask you first. So if you were to start over today with $1,000, if I gave you $1,000 but told you had to invest it somewhere, where would you break up your 1,000?
Sure. So, being that today is Crypto Tuesday, let's dive in with crypto, because the investment markets, the traditional investment markets are are going to be a whole nother topic and a whole nother story. And before I found crypto, I was 100% invested in the stock market, in funds and stuff like that, until I really dove in, like you said, and educated myself about what Bitcoin was. And just to start out, there's a few books that are going to be key to your understanding of cryptocurrency. One is called The Internet of Money, and actually I'm just going to hold it off my shelf here. This is volume 1, okay? And I'm not sure where you can see it at. The Internet of Money, and it's a Greek guy, Andreas Antonopoulos. He's the kind of like one of the cornerstones of understanding. There's 3 volumes to that book, and it really dives into it, and it really gives us a better understanding. So the second one is the Bitcoin Standard. Read that, listen to it, get it on Audible. It's there, and you'll understand why so many people and banks and institutions, companies are gravitating towards crypto, because of the yields that they're there. So let's talk about crypto today. And my very first purchase of that $1,000, if I started over today, would be in Bitcoin. And there's a rule that a lot of people live by, and it's the 50-25-25 rule. And I know you're going to talk about that more. And in the very beginning, I was 100% Bitcoin before I understood what some of the other projects were doing, what problems they're solving, what they're trying to do. So we're tied to the US banking system. And what cryptocurrency is there for is to try to decentralize it and leave the answers to our own financial questions in our own hands to solve through decentralized finance. And a lot of these platforms, these layer 1 platforms that are being created that are working alongside Bitcoin, like Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, they're solving problems, and they're having almost like, let's call them websites, but they're dApps, they're programs that are working on top of those blockchains to solve problems and allow people to have more flexibility of moving their money around without having to pay a bank a fee, and to earn a yield, to earn interest on those. So as I move forward in my journey, I would say that the top 3 of mine, I wrote these down, the top 3 holdings that I have in my crypto account, and I would probably keep it about the same, is right now it's number 1 Ethereum. I just think Ethereum, for me, even though it's not a store of value as Bitcoin, I see it having a much more dramatic upside because of all of the volume and all of the thousands of other companies, dApps, programs, projects that are working on top of their software, their blockchain. And they're growing the fastest. They've got some other things that are about to be launched, some upgrades into the system that are going to be allowing them to work faster, to transact with lower fees, and also to earn yield and to earn interest on their things. And right now, Ethereum is the number 2 coin on total market cap. And I think in the next 3 to 5 years, it does have a chance of eclipsing not the price per coin, but the total overall market cap that Bitcoin is holding as the number 1 spot right now. Again, I don't have a crystal ball, but I think that should happen. And as you can see there, right now their market cap is a little less than half of what Bitcoin's is. But years ago it was a fraction. So you can see the momentum that Ethereum is growing towards. And we're saying that by the end of this market cycle, and again, depending how long it goes, we could see somewhere between a $12,000 and $15,000 coin, where right now is at about $3,500. Bitcoin would be my second largest holding, and I do believe in that as a future store value, kind of like having silver, gold, and that's where some of my safer money in crypto is going to be held because there's less volatility. There's some 30% losses or not losses, 30% pullbacks, but then there's 500% gains. When I first purchased was just about 14 months ago, Bitcoin was at $7,000, and right now we're sitting at 55. We had a high of 64, and we're talking about a coin that can go up to $150,000 in this cycle. It definitely, I would say, 6 figures is a safe play. Again, not financial advice. This is just one man's opinion. And it could, there's some people that are calling for it to go as high as $250,000 this cycle. And then there's some people that are saying that the cycle is not going to end; it's going to change everything, and
Yeah.
we're not going to see the fluctuations, and the accumulation is going to continue to go. So right now, I would say my third largest holding out of the $1,000. Let's say I put $250 in Ethereum, I put $250 in Bitcoin, and I put $250 in Cardano, which is the number 4 largest coin at the moment. And that is a slow mover, but the community is huge. There's a thing in the communities for coins called staking. And depending on how much it percentage-wise is staked in that project, kind of shows you the loyalty to the project. So right now, Ethereum, I want to say that the Ethereum is being staked at maybe a 5 or 6% rate from total circulation of coin, where Cardano has got over a 70% staking, which means that the people in the community really understand the coin and they're loyal to it. They know that it's going to go far. And I, for one, feel the same way. I believe it's going to be a very, very fast platform. It is in definite competition with Ethereum, but again, it's almost like in South Florida, why are there so many landscape companies? Well, because there's a lot of grass out there. There's a lot of grass to be cut. And I think there's a lot of projects that are, think about how many websites are on the internet. This is kind of where these decentralized coins are going, where you can have programs running on top of their system. So Cardano would be definitely my number 3. So I've got $750 invested out of my $1,000, and from there I've got $250 left. So between those $250, I've got 5 other projects I would probably put $50 into. So 5 times 50, or 5 times 50 is 250 if I'm not mistaken. And I would split them out between Chainlink, which is it's not even a coin. It's a coin, but what it does, it actually provides information. Number 17, it provides information, off-chain information, to all of those people that are partnered with it. And right now, Chainlink has got the largest amount of partnerships out of any coin, or let's call it a coin out there, and provides them that off-chain information, almost like a search function. It's almost like the Google of blockchain. And there's so much value in that I feel very strongly about that. So then I like Solana, which Solana is up a little bit, I believe. They're number 7 in the top 10. And I was in there originally at about $20. I put in a small investment, and I've moved more into it as the project has gained steam. And there are a lot of people talking about that coin going to upwards of $1,000 this cycle. So there's a lot of upside here, and I want to be a part of that. So I want to make sure I got my taste of it in there. Another one is called Matic. That should be down just a little bit.
Poly is
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
So Polygon is a layer 2, which means it works on top of Ethereum. But what Polygon does, it creates a much faster system with much, much lower fees. Like you can do the same thing you can do on Ethereum, but for fractions of a penny versus dollars on Ethereum. And it's got their programming up there so that right now, if I'm not mistaken, last week, more transactions were done on the Polygon network than Ethereum. And that just shows how people are moving towards Polygon, which means more activity, more upside, more potential, because as the community gets larger, the people using it get larger, which means there's more demand for the coin underneath the whole system. So Polygon is definitely serving a purpose and solving problems, and I like that. So I would put some money in that. The next one I would put in is XRP. And XRP, we're going to start seeing a lot. So just to give you a little history, before the SEC had sued XRP, they were the number 2 coin ahead of Ethereum. So there were a lot of people using it, a lot of banks using it for very fast transactions, very small fee transactions, almost instantaneously, and that's how they were moving their money. And there's a lot of positive information coming out on their lawsuit that they are definitely going to win, or they're going to either have to pay a small fine or something, maybe a slap on the wrist, and then all the price has been held back because of this. So we could see this price jump from $1 to $10 over the course of a couple of months, with the use and everybody also getting relisted on all the platforms. Right now, it's been taken off of all of them but a handful. of all the major ones that are out there. Once it gets relisted, people are going to see it. They're like, oh, we're good. Let's go buy it. So we're going to have that upward trajectory. So I definitely going to see a lot of movement there. And the last but not least is VeChain. I think it's down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And what VeChain is, it's kind of a weird one in the fact that it is a Chinese company, and I'm not pro-Chinese. This is the only coin in China that has not been banned.
Mm-hmm.
So they've banned everything else in China, or banned it internally. The Chinese are still moving coins around on other platforms that are outside of China. But VeChain is a company that basically provides UPC codes, right? That really are detailed. That there are so many major companies in China, like Walmart China. There's just to name one. I don't have the list in front of me, but they're using it to track their products from start to finish with all kinds of detail on the blockchain, so it can't be changed. You can't fake when it was grown. You can't fake when it was distributed. You can't fake when it's all unchangeable on the blockchain, which is why a lot of these companies are loving it. And before long, it's going to be an international company, and they're going to do a lot more with it. So, right now it's 11 cents or 10 cents or wherever it's at right now. And I see, potentially going to 50 cents, if not more, this market. So that's how I would do it. That's just my opinion. There's definitely some safer ways to do it. That's just how I feel about it. I'm knowledgeable. I've done my research. I've done my due diligence. I don't have a crystal ball, but it's how I feel and where my comfort level is. And just to let you guys know, I have probably another 12 or 13 coins that I'm invested in. But if I was spending $1,000 right now, those are the top projects that I would be in to get going if I were to restart. So what do you think about that, Chris?
Yeah, I agree. And to kind of to bring this to you guys where you can think about this, you got to think about where your place is in life. If you're young, if you're 20 something, 30 something, and you've done well and you've saved your money and you have some money to invest, you're going to take a higher risk portfolio with a potential higher reward than somebody who's older, than our parents, for example, that really kind of need that money now. And so like what John was saying, the 50, 25, 25 rule, if you want to think of it as safe-ish, and the moonbag pile, you can think of it as that. And, I'm not going to go over all the coins that I kind of look at, but just to give you an idea, anything in the top 10 is really pretty safe-ish. Of course, Bitcoin is going to be, the safest. I think Ethereum, if we're talking about what's going to be around in 10, 20, 30 years, I think both Bitcoin and Ethereum, pretty good chance. Bitcoin for sure. Countries are adopting it now. Ethereum as well. And these don't let people tell you that coins are still, one of the big economists came up yesterday and said they're still worthless. Bitcoin is a $1 trillion company, if you want to call it that. Ethereum is $413 billion entity. Like, these are huge entities. These aren't just speculation anymore. So these are big things to even think about. But if we go, let's look at my watch list just real quick, and I'll kind of show you guys some of the stuff that I do look at. And again, it's a lot of what John said: Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, Solana. Down towards the bottom, and you'll see this is the number ranking on CoinMarketCap. So I do kind of pay attention to some of these way down here. Cartesi, 192. Chain Guardians, Binamon, which is a play to earn game. Spores, which is going to be an NFT sales place. Jasmy, which is another new coin that just got listed on some of the American exchanges. So I do kind of pay attention to some of these that are way down here, just to kind of keep my eye open. And I'm very aware of the 50, 25, 25 theory, or however you want to look at it. But like I said, I'm also, I'm willing to weight mine a little heavier on those coins down the list, because like I said, you never kind of know. Dollar cost averaging is another thing that is a really good principle to. Oh, there is John rejoining us. Welcome back. I was just saying dollar cost averaging is another really important thing. So basically what it means is, instead of taking that $1,000 and investing it all today, put 500 in to your top 10 coins. And then over the next couple of weeks, put in another $100 a week over the next 5 weeks, regardless of what's going on. And that's called dollar cost averaging in. And basically the principle is that you're not going to be able to time the market. You're not going to be able to time the bottom. You're not going to be able to time the top, but you will be able to dollar cost average in. And as the markets are going up, you're just going to keep buying. Once you've got your $1,000 in and it's riding up a little bit, same thing, dollar cost average your way out. Bring some of those coins on the way back out and take profit. Hodling is a thing, and don't let anybody shame you into thinking you need to hold all the way through the peak and ride it back down. No, who does that? Take profit. If you've doubled your investment, start taking some of that profit, because you never know. Yeah, I believe all these coins are here for the long run, and I see John is having some technical issues. These coins are in it for the long run, but there is going to be speculation. The markets do go up and down. We're thinking that the whole real estate market is going to take a turn coming early next year. So definitely take profits. Don't be afraid to take your profits when you do. But those are just some ideas. And like I said, if you want us to go into depth into any of these things, or if you have an idea what's working for you, let us know. I love dollar cost averaging, and I love that safe-ish moonbag play. I've been doing both of those for quite a long time, and it's worked out pretty well. But let me see if John is back on yet. I think he is still having some internet issues over there. So I will wrap this up. I got to go get my kids from school. That's one of my duties coming up here in the middle of the day. So hope you guys are having an awesome day. Tell us what you're liking, and if you're getting some value from these videos, remember to like and subscribe to our channel, and share it out. Tell your friends. We would certainly appreciate it, and hopefully your friends would as well. Hope you guys are having an